roll. Yeah, so take your blanket and roll it up, making a nice thing that we'll use in a bit. So we'll just set it aside right now. And then we're going to actually spend a great deal of time on our back. And actually, I want to say a few things before we begin, because I don't think I know all of you. And I wanted to say a little bit about the class. We always start with centering, and then we do some poses, asanas, and then we will do some breath work tonight, pranayama, and then we'll end with shavasana and a guided meditation. And always in any class that you take, but in a yoga class, you want to listen to your body. And if there's anything that doesn't feel good to you, then you need to listen to your body and not listen to me. You can make modifications. I will offer modifications, but if what I'm offering still isn't good for you, then please make your own modifications, or just don't do whatever it is I'm suggesting. So come down onto your back to begin with, and you can be in any way that you like. I'll be sitting up again in a moment, but you can come into full shavasana if you like, or if that's uncomfortable for your body, you can bend your knees, maybe even let your knees knock together, and you can have your arms beside you or on your tummy, whatever you like. The main thing is to make yourself as comfortable as possible, and then close your eyes and begin to focus on your breath. Shift all of your attention to your breathing, taking slower, deeper breaths, maybe slower breaths and deeper breaths than you have all day. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. And then do that 2 more times, inhaling deeply through your nose, exhaling fully through your mouth. And again, and maybe with each of these exhales, you feel your body relaxing more and more into the earth. Go now to your natural breath and tune into your body and notice how it feels. Notice if there's anything it's trying to tell you. Are there any places of tension or tightness or soreness? And if there are, try to breathe into those places, bringing relaxation and peace to those areas as well. Thank your body for taking such good care of you, and let it know that it's okay to rest and relax here for the next few moments. You may notice that your mind starts to wander off, and that's okay. That's just natural. Notice it and bring your attention back to your body, using your breath as your anchor. Following the inhale and the exhales, feel the air come in through your nose and down into your lungs. Feel your belly expand. And on the exhale, feel your belly release back down, the air coming up from your lungs through your nose and out into the room. Notice what parts of your body move with your breath. You may notice movement in your belly, in your ribs, maybe your upper chest, maybe even your shoulders. Just noticing. And again, if your mind begins to wander, go ahead and focus back on your breath and let whatever thought you have float away easily, like a leaf on the stream. Don't engage it, just let it go. Focusing again on the breath only. Feeling the back of your head, the back of your shoulders, the back of your hips, your feet, your legs and arms heavy on the earth. Surrendering yourself to gravity and allowing the earth to hold you. And now we're going to move to 3-part yogic breath. And we're going to do it by we're going to do it in parts to begin with. We'll start by taking our hands and putting them on the belly. You're still lying down there. And as you inhale, feel your belly expand on the inhale and contract on the exhale. And just notice that movement. The inhale, the exhale, the movement of the belly. And now we're going to move to a 2-part breath, where we're going to not lengthen the breath any, but divide your breath in 2 parts. We'll do the first part of the inhale into the belly, the second part into the ribs, feeling the ribs expand out all the way around your body. So you may want to have one hand on your ribs and one on your belly. When you inhale, belly, ribs, and then exhale fully. And again, inhale, belly, ribs, and then exhale fully. And again, with your own breath pattern, continue this for the next few breaths. One more time. And when you've completed that one, go back to your natural breath. I explain about going into the 3-part yogic breath, which was where we were headed in the beginning. We're going to divide the natural breath now into 3 parts. We'll have 1/3 of the breath going into the belly, 1/3 into the ribs, and 1/3 into the upper chest. And you might want to have one hand on your upper chest, right by your collarbones, and your other hand can be either on your belly or your ribs, whatever you like. So this time will be inhale, belly, ribs, upper chest. Exhale, belly, ribs, upper chest, and exhale. And continue this 3-part yogic breath for the next few moments. And now release that and come back to your own natural breath. We're going to now begin the asana or poses part of the practice. And I want you to have your belt close by and your rolled blanket close by. We're going to begin with pelvic tilts. So with this, we're going to be moving the pelvis, tilting it back and forward with the breath. And you might want to think of the pelvis like a bowl. And as you exhale, you tilt the bowl towards your face, tilt your pelvis towards your face. And on the inhale, you tilt the pelvis the other direction. And exhale. And inhale. And just notice how that's feeling. We're beginning to warm up the hips, the spine a little bit. If it's hard to do, just moving the pelvis here, you may want to press into your feet as you exhale to help tilt the pelvis back. And then pull on your feet as you tilt the pelvis towards your thighs. All right, come to stillness. We're going to now take this rolled blanket and bring it underneath our pelvis. So we're going to come into bridge pose. So press into your feet and lift your hips and slide the blanket under your pelvis. I'll give you a moment to get there. Now, if this feels really bizarre, you can certainly continue to do the what we're going to do the next few asanas. You can do it without the blanket under you. So what this is called right now is supported bridge pose. And we're going to, it's a restorative pose. And in restorative yoga, you would hold this for a while. We're going to do those pelvic tilts here again. So we're going to tilt, we're going to exhale and tilt the pelvis towards our face. And inhale, tilt the pelvis away. Now the idea is to have the blanket under your pelvis and not under your back, not under your spine. So it's on the sacrum, underneath the pelvis. So exhaling and inhaling. Follow your own breath pattern. Just notice how this is different than when you were flat on the floor. It gives your back a chance to, as you're exhaling, the back lengthens down a little more. When you're inhaling, becoming maybe a little bit more of an arch, maybe not. And there's something else going on here. You may notice that your head is moving a little bit as well. A gentle nod, just a nod. As your pelvis moves towards your thighs, your chin may go a little towards your chest. And as your pelvis is tilting towards your face, your chin may move up slightly. Just a really gentle, calming movement here. Really getting into moving the hips, lubricating the joint there, lubricating your back, and a little bit with the neck as well. And let's come to stillness now. We're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest. This is going to be Apanasana on the blanket. We're going to interlace our fingers and bring it around the knee. Now, if that is not good for you, you can put your hands around your thigh instead. Or if that isn't even good for you, you can take your belt and put it around your thigh and hold your knee in. So you have a choice here, and you get to choose whatever you like. So I think I'll keep my hands around my thigh this time. And just pull the leg gently towards your chest, and your left knee is pointing up towards the ceiling. Your right foot is relaxed. You may notice that as you breathe here, when you inhale, your right leg raises just a little bit. And when you exhale, it relaxes back down a little bit. So besides getting a nice stretch across the hip area and around to the lower back, you're also getting an internal organ massage, your descending colon. It's the ascending colon on this side, and it's getting, I'll just say the internal organs there are getting a nice gentle massage. And let's release that leg now, and let's go to the other leg. So bring your left knee in, and if you had your fingers interlaced, change the interlace of them and bring it around your knee. Or again, you still have the same options. Your hands can be around your thigh, or you can have your strap to bring around your thigh. And again, we'll just bring it in as tight as is comfortable for you. Your shoulders are relaxed on the floor. Your forehead is smooth and you're breathing nice, long, easy breaths. And again, we're getting this good stretch around the hip and all the way into the lower back on the left side. And the internal organs on the left side are getting this really good, nice, easy massage. And let's go ahead and release that now. Let's go ahead and lengthen the legs if that's comfortable for you. What we're getting is an extended long bridge pose here, supported bridge pose. And we're getting a good stretch across our hip flexors. So we're really trying to lengthen the muscles around the hip joints and be able to move the hip joints in many different ways as we go through this practice. We won't be ignoring other parts of the body also, but our hips are kind of our main focus tonight. But we'll get to the legs, the shoulders, the neck, the spine, just everything. And then bend your legs, feet to the floor. Press into the floor, lift your hips, and remove your blanket and lower your hips down to the floor, and just notice how that feels. Take a moment for the back to settle down here. Let's move up to the shoulders and neck right now. So I want you just to turn your head gently towards the right, not forcing it, but just noticing how far it easily turns. And then keep track of that spot you're looking at. And then move your head so you're looking at the ceiling again. And we're going to have genie arms here. So that's where we have our arms over, our forearms over our chest, and our hands holding onto the elbows or the arms, whatever is good for you. And we're going to leave the face pointing towards the ceiling, and then lower the elbows, the left elbow towards the left, and bring your arms back over your chest. And exhale your left elbow over and bring it back up on the inhale. And exhale to the left and inhale to the center. And do this a few more times. This is going to help loosen the shoulders a little bit. And you may notice as we're doing this that maybe your left elbow is coming closer to the floor as your joints begin to relax a little bit. Let's do it 2 more times. Exhaling to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the center. And then release your arms down. And now, turn your head to the right and notice if it goes more easily, maybe even a little further to the right. I notice mine does. Okay, let's do the other side. Bring your head again to face the ceiling. And now let's go ahead and turn the head to the left. Again, noting how far it goes easily. And then turn the head back. And bring your genie arms back again. And lower the arms to the right. And inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the center. And continue with your own breath pattern. And again, make sure that this is good for your shoulders, that it feels okay. That we sometimes get tight shoulders throughout the day. So just listen to your body. And again, you may find that your right elbow comes a little closer to the earth as you do this. And let's do 2 more. So exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. And inhale to the center. All right. Lower your arms. And then turn your head and look to the left. And just see if it goes a little more easily, a little further than it did before. Okay. Let's do these genie arms again. And again, we're going to be careful if it doesn't feel good, what we're doing, just adjust it for yourself. So this time we're going to inhale and lift the arms so they come over your forehead and exhale over your chest. And exhale over your forehead or over your head. Inhaling, coming up. And we'll keep doing this for a few times. Follow your own breath pattern. Exhaling as you lower the arms. Inhaling as you come up. Again, go only as far as feels good to you. Let's do this 1 more time. And then end with your arms over your chest. And this time we're going to make circles with the genie arms. We're going to start with our arms down over our tummy, if it goes down that far. And let's inhale over to the left and all the way overhead. And exhale over to the right and down at the bottom again. And inhale coming up to the left. And exhaling over the other direction. And let's do this a few more times in this direction. Again, slow, easy movements. Being careful of your shoulders. And 1 more time around. And pause for a moment. And then we'll go the other direction. We'll inhale up to the right. And exhale over to the left. And inhale over to the right. And exhale over to the left. And you may notice that maybe one of your shoulders doesn't like this direction quite as well. And if that's the case, listen to that and make smaller circles. Don't go so far, or whatever's needed. One more time around. And then release your arms. Maybe even shake them out a little bit. Okay, let's grab our straps. For those of you who are regular students of mine, we're going to do my favorite asana, padanga, hand to big toe pose. So you take your strap and put it around your right foot. And you lift your leg up towards the ceiling. And let's have the left leg bent right now with the left foot on the floor. And we're going to have our legs straight with and one end of the strap in each hand. And say that you can't straighten your leg straight up. It's okay. You can hold your leg out. That would be fine. Just as long as you have it straight. Wherever it is, it's giving you the hamstring stretch that you need. What you want to watch out for is that you don't have any pain behind the knee. Okay. And again, everything is relaxed on the floor. Your shoulders are relaxed, your arms are relaxed. And just getting this nice hamstring stretch. So this is really good for certainly the hamstring, but also for the lower back, because the hamstring is attached below the knee, and then it goes all the way up the back of your thigh, and is attached in above the hip joint. If it's okay with your leg, go ahead and lengthen your left leg out and flex the foot. Now you may lose some height on your right leg, but that's okay. It's what your body is telling you needs to happen. Nice, easy breaths here. And now put both ends of your strap in the right hand, and your left arm goes out in the T position with the palm facing up. And then lower your right leg towards the right. Again, to whatever place feels good to you. You know, you're the only one in your room there, so it doesn't matter. You know, it may come all the way to the floor. Well, mine doesn't. One of the things we need to make sure about is that our pelvis is not tilting over to the right. We need to keep that left hip bone down on the floor. And one of the ways that you can do that, to help do that, is to press through your left heel gently, and also to keep your left shoulder down, just breathe gently through your left fingers. On your next inhale, let's bring the leg up and switch hands. So the strap is in the left hand and your right arm is out in the T with your palm facing up. And lower your right leg over to the left now. And your right hip can come up off the floor. So we're getting a little bit of a twist here. You also may feel a stretch all the way up your right side into your armpit, and maybe even down your right arm a little ways. So besides getting a good stretch on the outside of the right leg and around the hip there, you also may be getting a deeper stretch all the way up your body. And you may not. It just depends on your body. On your next inhale, lift your leg up. And let's switch feet now. So we'll take the left foot into the strap, bring the right foot to the floor. The ends of the strap, one end in each hand. And again, check out where your left foot can go up towards the ceiling with your legs straight. Again, making sure there's no stretching behind the knee. There's no muscle there that we want to stretch. There's only tendons and ligaments and things that shouldn't be stretched. And again, feel how your whole rest of your body is just relaxed on the floor. And let's lengthen the right leg out. And again, if you prefer not to, that's okay. You can leave the right leg bent through the whole series here. And then both ends of the strap go in the left hand and the right arm out in the T, and lower your left leg to the left. And feel that nice inner thigh stretch on your left leg. Remember to keep your right hip on the floor, maybe pressing gently through your right heel, reaching gently with your right fingers to help keep the right shoulder on the floor. Let's inhale and bring the leg up and switch hands. So the strap is in the right hand and the left hand is with the palm facing up. And we're going to lower the left leg over to the right. We're going to keep the left shoulder on the floor, but the left hip can come up. And again, notice where you're getting the stretches here. Certainly on the outer side of your left thigh, around your left hip, up your lower back there, maybe up the side of your body, maybe even up to your armpit and into your arm. Remember your nice, easy breaths. And on your next inhale, come back up. And let's release the strap and set the strap aside. All right, bring both feet to the floor now. And we're going to do a little bit of a vinyasa. We're going to end in with our, I'll show you. We're going to take the right foot up towards the ceiling. Again, just to wherever you can. We're going to turn the right foot out so that it's out to the right. We're going to bend the knee, bringing the right ankle to the left thigh or knee or wherever you can put it. And then let the right knee float away. So this is like a position for the eye of the needle pose, but we're not going to bring our left leg in towards us. And then we're going to lengthen the right leg back up, turn it out, turning all the way from the hip joint. Bend the knee and let the right knee float away from your body. Lifting up the leg, turning the foot out, bending the knee, letting the knee float away. And again, up, turn the foot out, bend the knee, let the knee float away. And last time, up, turn the foot away, bend the knee, and let it float back away from you. Okay, and now bring that leg on, foot onto the floor. And now we'll do the same with our other side. So left foot goes up up as high as you can. And then you turn the foot out to the side from using your whole leg from the hip joint. Bend the knee, and have your ankle on your thigh, and let the left knee float away. Straighten the leg, turn the foot out, ankle to thigh, float the knee away. Again, up, turn the foot, bend the knee, float the knee away. Two more, up, turn the foot, bend the knee, float the knee away, up, turn the foot away, ankle to the thigh, float the knee away. Okay, and bring your feet to the floor here. Let's go ahead and, oh my goodness, take the feet to the edge of the mat and the arms out to the side, and just do a gentle twist, dropping the knees to one side, inhale to center, dropping to the other, back and forth. Again, going only as deeply as feels comfortable to you. Maybe get your neck involved here. Turn your head away from the direction that your knees are going. Inhaling to the center, exhaling to the side. And let's do one more time. And come to stillness. Take a breath here. Notice how your body's feeling. And let's roll over onto our side and come up to a sitting position. Now it's possible you would like to be sitting up on your blanket, and that's fine. And you also might want to have, well, we do want to have our strap close by. And we're going to come into Baddha Konasana, which is cobbler's pose also, is also called cobbler's pose. Okay. So you bring your feet together. So you have this diamond shape here. And if you're having trouble sitting up here, you could even lean back a little and let your hands touch the floor and lengthen up through the spine. So once again, we're working with the hips a little bit, we're opening them. If this is uncomfortable, you could tuck the blocks underneath to whatever level you like, in whatever place you like. I think I will. And just lengthen up through the spine. Let's lift our shoulders and roll it back and down. And then let's take our strap here. And we're going to put the strap around the feet. And we're going to pull on the strap to help us lift up. Our shoulders come down, they're down from our ears. Okay. So we have this nice spine here, lengthened. And our next thing that we're going to do is a forward fold here. Now your forward fold may be just this, where you are right now. Or maybe you can come forward a little bit. That's as far as I can go, and I'm happy with that. Maybe you can go on much further down. Also, as an option, if you have no issues with your back, you can round your back and come on down lower if you wish. And if you find that you don't need this strap, you can set the strap aside. I kind of like it. It helps me, it reminds me to keep my back aligned because I need to keep my back aligned. So just breathe into this forward fold. Even though it's not a very deep forward fold, perhaps, it's still a calming pose, a relinquishing pose. If you have rounded your spine, come back up to where your spine is aligned, and then go ahead and let yourself come back upright. And let's set the strap aside. And let's go ahead and come on up to standing. Now I'm going to have to adjust my camera, so I'll go do that. Okay, I think that'll work. That looks okay, I guess. We'll come into your mountain pose. So your feet are about hip width apart. What we call the four corners of our feet, the big toe mound, the little toe mound, and the two sides of the heel are pressing equally into the floor. Your hips are over your ankles, shoulders over your hips. Let's go ahead and lift the shoulders and roll them back and down. Tuck your chin back so your ears are over your shoulders. Arms at ease at your side. And this is you being a mountain, reaching down into the earth like the mountain does. Your head reaching up towards the sky, just like the top of a mountain does. Feeling strong and steady and stable, just like a mountain. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and open them. And we're going to move into another vinyasa using poses that we know. We're going to be coming into chair pose and then do a forward fold with our knees bent. So it's kind of like a standing child's pose. And then we release down and begin to straighten our legs into a forward fold. And then we come back to a bent knees and then up to chair and up to mountain. So let's go ahead and try that. We're going to exhale into chair. Now make sure that your knees don't go past your toes. So the majority of your weight is in your heels. Fold forward, coming on. Oh, I'm sorry. If you can't reach the floor, I was practicing today with my husband. He said, you need to say, have the blocks handy before you begin this. So have your blocks handy if you need them. Okay, start again. Chair pose. And then fold forward to this kind of standing child pose. Your hands may come to the earth, or you may want your blocks. And then begin to straighten your legs. Now, this is kind of a nice way to come into a forward fold, because when your thighs, when your hamstrings start to scream at you, you just stop. You don't have to have your legs all the way straight. Let your head dangle. Bend your knees, coming into this standing child's pose, whatever you want to call it. Lift up to child's chair, and then into tall mountain. And then exhale your arms down. Let's do that a few times. So we'll inhale into chair. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, begin to straighten your knees. And then exhale, come into your knees bent. Come up to chair pose, and then on up to tall mountain, and arms down to your side. Let's do that 2 more times. Chair pose, folding over, straightening the knees, bending the knees, chair pose, tall mountain, chair, folding over, straighten the legs, bend your knees, chair, tall mountain, and release down. Let's go ahead and begin to get ready to end the class. We'll begin to slow down. We'll do the 3-part yogic breath again here. We're going to use our arms as well. We're going to inhale to the belly, bringing our arms out front. Inhale to the ribs, opening the arms out. Inhale to the upper chest, lift the arms up, and then exhale and the arms float down. Let's do that just a few times. So we have inhale belly, inhale ribs, inhale upper chest, exhale arms down. Inhale belly, ribs, upper chest, exhale. And a couple more times. Inhale belly, ribs, upper chest, exhale down, belly, ribs, upper chest, and exhale down. Good. Roll out the shoulders, maybe roll out the hips with circles here. And go back the other direction. And then come back down to the mat and come onto your back. We're not quite ready for Shavasana, but we're almost ready. Let's do one last twist. Twist or calming poses. Let's take the left knee over the right knee and lower the knees off to the left. Keep the left shoulder on the floor. Take a few breaths here. And inhale up. Switch your knees, right knee over the left, and lower the knees to the right. Getting a nice twist here, a nice stretch for the low back. Inhale up. Both feet to the floor. Get your spine all nicely aligned. Let's bring our knees up and rock from side to side. And then circle your knees, massaging the lower spine, the sacral area. And then reverse the circles. And then bring your feet to the floor and get ready for Shavasana. Again, you can be in any way that you like. You can have your knees together in constructive rest pose. You can have your legs out and your hands up with the palms, any way that you like, making sure that you can be comfortable for the next few minutes. Close your eyes and begin to focus on your breath. Check to make sure that your chin is at the same level as your forehead or lower. That lengthens the back of your neck a little bit and relaxes your body. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale with a sigh through your mouth. Become aware of the ground beneath you. Feel the parts of the back of your body that are connecting with the ground. And allow your body to release to the pull of gravity underneath you. Allow your head to be heavy, your brain to rest back in your head, your eyes to rest back in your sockets, your tongue to rest back in your mouth. Release your jaw. Let your shoulders be heavy on the ground. Allow your arms and hands to release to the ground. Feel your rib cage resting on the ground. Feel the back of your pelvis connected to the ground. Let your hips and legs rest heavy on the ground and the backs of your heels. Let your bones sink into your muscles. Your organs rest back into your body and allow everything to sink back into the earth. And now I would like you to take a small journey with me. You're dressed warmly, a winter jacket to keep the cold from your body, a knit hat pulled down over your ears, a colorful scarf snugly around your neck, and gloves to keep your fingers warm. You step outside, the evening opening up in front of you as the sun lowers behind the horizon. There has been a light dusting of snow, barely covering the leaves that have come to rest on the ground. There is a moon bright in the cold sky, a sky filled with the brilliant points of stars. The air is crisp. You take a deep breath in through your nose, feeling the cool air enter your body, warming there and leaving your mouth in a mist, beautiful in its fragility. You do this again, watching the misty breath flow out into the cool air around you. You take a few steps towards some pine trees. The frozen grass crackles beneath your feet. You reach up to touch a limb on the tree, and the branches sprinkle tiny ice flakes all over you, a miniature snowstorm. A small flock of tiny red-throated birds are perched on spindly branches. They take off and quietly settle on a nearby tree that offers a bit more protection from the cold. You see the silhouette of a squirrel running through the trees, jumping from limb to limb, releasing a small snowfall with each leap. A fox trots out from behind the trees, head slightly to one side, finally noticing you. You watch each other, its coat shining in the moonlight, inky black with a red tinge you can almost see as dark settles around you. The white on her chest glows in the moonlight. You can see the moon reflected in her eyes, a hint of moisture on her black nose. The fox gives you one last glance and disappears back into the woods. For the next few minutes, enjoy this January evening, the freshness and clarity of a starlight winter's night, and let the quietness of this snowy evening come down around you. And now it's time to become aware of the room that you're in, the place that you are. Begin to make movements with your body, starting with the small muscles like fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Maybe rocking your head gently from side to side. When you're ready, bend your knees, roll to one side. Maybe take a breath, and then press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra, in front of your chest, in front of your heart center. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all the love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you along. Namaste. Thank you all for coming. I'm so glad you made it.